Okay, first of all, what I'm doing is my HTML file and my images, they are in the same folder. Step number one. Don't forget this. Everything has to be in the same folder. ठीक हो गया? Once I have everything in the folder, this was provided by the examiner. ठीक है? Okay? I'll just explain this code. I'm type it again. मैं explain करता हूँ. So they gave us this. Even if they would have not, we could have made this on our own. क्योंकि मुश्किल बात नहीं थी. So red button पे we have is on click show red. Show red is a function. We talked about event handling. What was event handling? That whenever we click on an image or a button or open a window, and these are all events, and I want these events to be triggered. So if I click on this button, I will be activating the following function. वो जाके पूरे देखिएगा document में, do I have some function by the name of show red? Oh yes, I do. I have a function by the name of show red. Okay, fine. So what is this function doing? This function has the following code block. Has the following code block. Okay. What is this code block doing? So we have learned about this before as well. It says document, which means go to my document. We call this entire document. You can see doc type HTML. सारे को हम document कहते हैं. This entire is document. Yes. Go to my document and get element by ID. I am repeating this again, that whenever we refer to element, we mean tags. So HTML tags can be called as elements as well. There is no problem. So I am saying get element by its ID balloon. So it will come and see, do you in over here, do you have any element, any tag by the name of balloon? Yes, I do have an ID balloon. And where is this assigned? It's assigned inside the image source. Okay, maybe if you have a confusion because you don't know this, let me show you something. Let's say if I save this as, I'll just show you something. You will get an idea. I'll come here. Sorry. Come here. And I'll save it inside this, and let me just save it like this. Now what I'll do is, I'll just need to do is, over here, let me go to common and let me just insert an image. There you go. I insert an image. When you insert an image in HTML, this is how an image is inserted in HTML. Image img, short for image, source, short for source is src, is equals to assign the image red.jpg. So this means image source JPG, the width of the image should be this, and the height of the image should be this. This is the tag which is used to insert an image in an HTML page. Any problem?
No, sir.
So we know this, that in order to add a content to an HTML page, we have the following tag. Okay, right. We're doing the same thing over here. But the concept is changing because now we're trying to make it more dynamic. The concept changes. Yes, what we're doing is, I have over here image source, but I don't have any source. Like the way I did define the source because I don't know what the source is. So image source empty, but I have given it an ID, which I did not do before over here. I did not give any ID. So the ID is balloon. I define the width. Fine. So what happens is when I click on the button, it comes over and says, okay, go to my document and try to get a tag by the name of balloon. Do you have any? Yes, I do have. Here we have the tag. So within this tag, dot source, do you have source? Yeah, I have source. So single equal to assign it red.jpg. So source, assign it over here, red.jpg will be assigned. Single equal to, which means assigning. So source has been assigned red.jpg. So red.jpg appears. So just like over here, inside the double quotes, if I have something, I get the image. So when I click on the button, this gets activated and then you get it. So if I click on live and if I click on this red, I get red. You get the point. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Now we can.
Sir, I just wanted to ask, what is an ID?
ID is a name, is an identification. Okay, every given a name. If objects within programming language are not given names, how can we refer to them? How can we call them?
Okay.
So it's a very good way to basically name, right? Name
And
our.
sir, here we have named the box
No,
balloon.
no, we haven't named the box. We simply, yes, we inside the box. Inside the box, we added an image tag, but
Okay.
nothing in the image tag right now.
Okay.
Just,
So
just
if there was an image, it
yeah.
would be named balloon.
In fact, what we'll do is let me elaborate this lecture today a bit more. Okay, I will do it because I believe you have a problem with this. Some of you. Okay. After doing this, let me talk about get element by ID more. Today I'll do it more. Okay. So let me first make it work, and then I'll give you another example of get element by ID. We'll talk about it more. So what I'll do is, so I'll change this into show green. Show blue.
Sir,
Yes, beta.
is I giving an ID to a picture similar to giving it an alternative name that we gave in our O
Ab-
levels?
Absolutely correct. So you see what I've done? I made two more functions by the name of show green and show blue. And I just said source is blue and green. This means when I click on red, green, and blue, oh, why is blue not appearing? Let's have a look and you help me out. Because I said blue.jpg and I have over here is blue.jfif. I think so. Last time we also faced the same problem. JFIF is a different file format. It doesn't make a difference. I could use is JFIF. It's a different file format. So here you got blue, you got green, you got red. It's very interesting. This is the way basically it's working. Let me elaborate this more. So in order to explain this again, I would do is I would simply make is button. I type is button. Value means what do you want to appear on it. Show text. And I would say over here is on click of it, call me. I'll just make a function by the name of call me. And what I'll do is I would say over here is function call me. And over here, what we'll do is I would use over here, but okay, initially inside again in my HTML. Now your JavaScripting is done within the script tag. Okay, Dua beta who joined recently, let me tell you that scripting is always in the script tag. The content layer is in HTML, and that has to be outside the script tag. So if I have to add a table, paragraph, buttons, forms, sound, video, they all will be in the part of the content layer, which means they will be part of the HTML, not the part of JavaScripting. So let's say over here, I can add over here is H1, heading 1. Okay, I can give it an ID is equal to, let's say, is again new. Okay, and here's I can simply do is close H1, and I don't have anything in H1. Okay, it's empty. So
Sir, are we working with the behavior layer?
I'm working with the behavior layer. Very good, excellent. So I would say is document, go to my document, get an element by the ID. Now this is a good thing about Dreamweaver IDE. It will store its present ID. So if I press double quotes, it says you just created an ID by the name of new. See, it came on its own. And if I, let's say if I have 10 different IDs within my document, it will give all of them to choose from. So I want to choose new. Okay, and I would say over here is dot inner. Now inner HTML is being used over here because I want to refer to a text, and within HTML I want to find something. Is equal to, I would say, is okay. Let's see what happens. So once I click on show text, it says see what happens. So what's happening is, okay, or we could have something over here is, okay, it's magic. Okay, so if I click on this, you get the point. So once I click on this, instead of this text appears over here because H1 has been given an ID new, and single equal to means that assign this thing to this. Assign this to this, which is an ID over here. Please have a look at the code, what I've done, and you can ask me a question before I proceed further. Sure?
Sir, I
Yes.
do have a slight confusion.
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
explain it to you and you can call out what's wrong?
Explain what, Beta?
The thing you've done.
Okay, you could not listen what I was saying?
No, I did, but can I explain it back to you because I'm
Yeah.
not sure if I'm right.
So on click,
Okay, so you
of the button, I'm calling call me function, and in call me it says go to my document, try to find element new, which is within inner HTML. Inner HTML means that you will find new as a part of the HTML tag. Okay, so it's HTML tag, that's inner HTML. So inner HTML you will find this tag over there, and single equal to assign it the following string to it. So the following string will be assigned, or the following string will be assigned over here. So it replaces that. So when I click on the button, the following is replaced by this. This is basically what's happening. Yes or no? Gradually, as you practice more, this will become clear to you. But obviously, I'm sure it's clear to you, but you will remember how to implement it. Yes or no? Okay. I think so. We did work on validation, but today let me explain it bit again, more clear. Now listen to this carefully, all of you, please. The lecture is being recorded, and you can do it afterwards as well. The first thing what I'll do is I'll make a form, and we learn how to validate and did we learn how to validate a text box and a combo box? Yes, beta. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hmm? We did, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm doing it again because today what we're doing is we will learn how to validate a text box, a combo box, and a radio button. Okay, you can practice it. If you can't do it, we will do it again tomorrow as well. But it doesn't matter. We're not winning a race. Whatever we do, you should be able to do it really well. Okay, so I'll come first of all. The lecture is being recorded. You can view it again, so I don't have to repeat the process again and again. Remember that. I will upload the lecture with you, all of you. Is it clear? Dua beta, this is what happens. I upload most of the lectures on my website, on my channel. So they will be available over there afterwards. So all the lectures are there.
Sir, so I can get access to your previous lectures about JavaScripting?
Yes, exactly. Better you go to YouTube and you can go to my channel name is Mr. Syme. Okay. You will find many videos on my website as well and my YouTube channel as well.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So what I need to do is, first of all, I need a form. So I'll come to forms, and inside forms, I'll click on this. Maybe in your Dreamweaver, your forms will appear on this side. That does make a difference. So your comments will be coming over here. You just have to click. You'll see common. You will see is layout forms over here instead of over here. Okay. So it's just I placed them over here. It's a different design. So just click on forms. click on form tag. And once you click on the form tag, inside the form tag, I want is a table. So here is my table. Let me make a table by 4 rows and 2 columns. Okay, let me center line it. Let me just bring it down a bit. Okay, here we go. Let me just change the color of the background, although it doesn't make a difference, but yeah, just makes it looks good. I don't know. Here we go. I could have is the name here. I want is the country here. I want is the gender here. Fine. And here I want the button. So in order to do that, I'll select this. And over here, I'll merge it. Merge. Okay. And now we'll add the content to it. So I'll come to my forms again. So technically what I'm doing is inside form, you can see is inside the form, I have the table tag. The form is closing. The form is opening. Inside the form, I have the table tag. Is this point clear, everyone? Till here. I will be asking you step by step because you can't tell me. Let's repeat. It's being recorded because it's still be a lengthy process. So, is till here anyone has a problem? No. Sumaya and everyone, is it clear? Alina? Right. Okay. I'll just talk to myself. Right. So I'll add a button. I'll come to the forms. Can all of you hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll come to the forms and I'll add a button. So over here, I'll click on the button. And make sure you don't use a submit button. You use is a button. Okay. Submit is used for submissions to databases. We are not doing that. So the type should be button. Okay, I can even center line it. You can use the center tag. Okay, and you can do is you can close the center tag. Okay, what you can do is now click on the name. Okay, now I want a text box to appear here. So you see over here, that's my form tag. That's my text field name. Okay, that's my text field, text box. This is my radio group. We'll just use it today. Then we have is my list menu, drop down menu, combo box. We'll use this. So we'll use the combo box. We'll use is the radio group and the text box. So first of all, let me add a text box over here. Click on this. You can give it an ID, let's say as name. Okay. Okay. One second, Vita. Just 1 second. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. We have text box. Now what I want is a combo box. So I just told you how can we add a combo box. List menu. List menu is a combo box. So I'll click on the combo box. Here we go. I'll press OK. I'll press OK. And if I preview this, obviously this is what I get, nothing, but I get nothing over here. I can add values to a combo box. How do I do that? Click on the combo box, click on the combo box, and you'll see over here the properties. Where do you have the properties? Windows and properties, right? Windows and properties. So click on this, you will see list values. Just type some values, just write some countries over here, okay? You can type over here. Plus add more countries to it. Okay, just press OK. Now I want, because I'm trying to apply a presence check over here. So I'll click on this And what I'll do is just copy and see what I'll do. Enter and Control V, and I'll make this empty. So this is what I have. If I preview it live, you can see it's empty right now, but if I click on this, I get the countries. So initially it's empty, but I can select anything and I can simply type anything over here as well if I want to. Right. Again, I'm asking anyone, any problem till now? Anyone, any problem?
No, sir.
Good, good. Dua, the new student, beta, are you following me? Yeah, it will just take you some time, but you will be with us soon. Right. So, Dua, you here, beta? Can you hear me clearly? Iman, all of you, beta, can you hear me? Why is it only Samaya can reply to whatever I'm saying? The rest of you are there, right?
Yes, sir.
You can hear me, right? I'm asking everyone. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Yes, sir. I can
sir,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay, fine. So you have done till here with me. Let's talk about gender. Let's add the gender. I am right now just working with the content layer. I haven't done anything with the behavior layer. Now, content needs to be in the radio group. Okay, so here you can see is I have is the radio group. I will not use just individual radio button, but radio group. So I'll click on radio group. I'll name it as, let's say, gender. Okay, I will name this as male and I'll name this as female. Right, and I'll not change anything else. Okay, so in radio group, I've named this as male and female. Remember that your radio groups and your checkboxes, they work as arrays. Okay, they work as arrays, so they will have index.
Yes, sir.
They will be referred as index numbering. I'll just talk about this later on. So I'll just press OK. So this is what I get. Every time when I do this, I will always see, is it working? Yes. Only one should be selected. Selected. Yes. Good. It's working. And now we can work on the scripting. So we know the name of our objects. This is named as country. This is named as S name. This is named as gender. Fine. So let's work on the programming code now. So, and lastly, what I'll do is I'll make sure that my button is connected to a function that I'll just create. So I'll come here and I'll just create some function. I'll do some scripting. So here you go. I'll program. And I would say is let's make a function by the name of let's validate. The reason why I'm not naming as validate is because everyone will think that validate is a built-in function. It's not. So what I'll do is I will say over here is if document, if you go to my document dot, if you find over here is S name, sorry, if you find over here is form one, S name, I'll just explain this, dot S name dot value is double equal to nothing. Then you do what? Its own code block. I can type over here is a alert, and any message inside alert that would say is enter the name first. Okay, I would indent this because in programming you should indent. Why am I indenting? So that I know that this bracket is for if, and this is the closing bracket of if, and this is the code block of if. This is the bracket, closing bracket for function. This is the opening bracket for function. And this entire is a code block for function. Your functions need to be in their own code block, their own brackets. Your if statement has to be in their own. The for loop has to be on their own, so on and so. This is the way it works. And this is what you have to remember. You cram it, whatever you do, but that's the way it works. You're learning a language. You need to know some rules. You have to remember them. Okay. There's no shortcut. I can tell you that. Okay. Every language has its rules. Okay, every time you make a function, the function will have these brackets in the front. Okay, that's the way functions are recognized. Okay, so what I'll do is I will say on my button is on click, call this function. right? So if I preview live and if nothing is entered over here, if I submit, it says enter the first name. Why is it working? The reason why it's working because it says if you click on the button, goes the function. Inside function, I have an if statement. Yeah, obviously I need an if statement. If you go to my document, in the document you find form 1, I do. And within form 1, do you have S name? Yes, I do. This is S name. Dot value, which means if the value inside that is double equal to, see, double equal to is comparison. It's not assigning. Compare what is inside double quotes. Nothing, empty. If it's empty, if this is empty, if it's empty, then display the message. If it's not empty, it will not display this message. Okay, for example, I could say over here is, if it's not empty, else I could say alert, okay, data has been submitted. Let's try. Now, I will click on submit. It says enter the first name. If I enter something and if I click on submit, it says your data has been submitted. You get my point. Okay. So that's how else work. If this statement is true, do this. If the statement is not true, if it's not empty, simply give me this message. Have a look at the code, please. You have to learn everything in a proper way.
सर डॉक्यूमेंट है फिर डॉक्यूमेंट का आईडी है या फॉर्म 1 का जो आपने लिखा है
फॉर्म 1 बिल्कुल डॉक्यूमेंट के अंदर फॉर्म 1 है डॉक्यूमेंट के अंदर फॉर्म 1 है और फॉर्म 1 के अंदर एस नेम का कोई ऑब्जेक्ट है टेक्स्ट बॉक्स है डॉट वैल्यू इज द वैल्यू ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर टेक्स्ट बॉक्स इज इट डबल इक्वल टू नथिंग डबल कोट्स के अंदर कुछ भी नहीं है इट्स एम्प्टी इफ इट्स अ नल वैल्यू if there's nothing then alert me with this message.
सर आपने डबल को डबल इज इक्वल्स टू क्यों डाले हैं सिंगल भी आप डाल सकते थे क्या
नहीं सिंगल बेटा व्हेन आई से a is equals to 5 उसका मतलब क्या होता है a single equal to 5 a is equals to 5 क्या होता है
a is equal to 5 होता है
exactly इसका मतलब ये है कि you are assigning 5 to a which means a 5 हो गया yes or no
yes
is equal to का मतलब ये होता है ना is equal to किसको हम कहते हैं assignment operator ठीक है ना that is different than double equal to का मतलब होता है you are comparing what is on the left hand side with whatever is on the right hand side it's a comparison it's not a मैं कंपेयर करना चाह रहा हूं
okay.
मैं एक नल वैल्यू कंपेयर कर रहा हूं कि फॉर्म 1 के अंदर जो एस नेम है इसके अंदर जो वैल्यू है इज इट नल और नॉट इज इट एम्प्टी और नॉट यस और नो एवरीवन
Yes, sir, समझ आया।
वेरी गुड अच्छा अब ये तो हमने कर लिया ठीक है तो मैं इसको आई वांटेड टू एलैबोरेट इट मोर मगर मैं इसको आज नहीं करूंगा मैं कल के लेक्चर में कुछ नहीं होता वी कैन स्टिल स्पेंड टाइम ऑन इट बात ये कि ये जो इंपॉर्टेंट मॉड्यूल्स है ना देखो देयर आर सम मॉड्यूल्स दैट विल नॉट टेक टाइम द रीजन व्हाई आई एम स्पेंडिंग मोर टाइम ऑन प्रोग्रामिंग इज क्योंकि दिस डज टेक टाइम एंड A1 में अगर आप कर लोगे चीजें आपको बहुत आसानी रहेगी बाकी मॉड्यूल्स हो जाते हैं ओके So we can spend time on this. It's okay. मैं आज इस पूरा करा सकता था with get element by ID से मगर फिर फायदा नहीं होना अब इसको अगला करते हैं अगला let's do the text box ठीक हो गया remember we did change the color of this as well याद है हमने कलर चेंज किया था इसके येलो पे भी what do you want मैं पहले let me do all of this and we can discuss the rest of the things tomorrow what do you say all of you Should I go with slow pace with this? है ना ठीक है मैं स्लो पेस के साथ कर लेता हूँ अच्छा मैं इसको अभी इसको हटा देता हूँ एल्स को एंड लेट मी जस्ट अलर्ट खैर यहाँ कर लेता हूँ मैं ओके फिर मैं कहता हूँ एक और इसको मैं लेट मी जस्ट कॉपी दिस कंट्रोल सी कंट्रोल वी लेट मी जस्ट इंडेंट दिस दैट्स डिफरेंट कोड ब्लॉक अब मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ इज कंट्री रिमेंबर द अदर नेम वाज कंट्री COUNTRY Dot value. अगर country empty है तो कहे enter the country. ठीक हो गया. Let's see, does it work? So if I click on this and if I submit, it says enter the name. No. Else. Submit, enter the name. Okay, I enter the name. Country क्यों नहीं आ रहा? पहले देखो country का नाम क्या है. No. ID is equal to select. No, ID is supposed to be country. Why select? Okay, now it says enter the country. So if I enter the country, it says data has been submitted. So how is it working? Because after this, if this is true, it comes else. Have a look at this. It says now go to my document and in form 1, do you have country? Yes, I have country in form 1. Dot value is that empty now? Is that empty now? Yes, if it's empty, then give me this message alert, enter the country. Fine. And if I do enter something like this, if I do click on submit, enter the name, if I enter something, then it says your country is absent. And if I select country, it says data has been submitted. Let's work on the gender now. So it was just better.
सर ये फंक्शन हमारा तब भी काम करेगा अगर हमने पहले कंट्री लिखा हुआ और नाम ना लिखा हुआ.
हाँ. Okay, ID to should be the same, na? इसकी ID over there and here should be the same. ID से होना जरूरी है.
Okay, sir, समझा.
Let's do the radio button. ये radio button we have never done this before. Radio button वाला part हम सारे पहली दफा कर रहे हैं. Okay, so radio button का ये है कि I will do is dot. Just give me a second. Let me make it working. Then I'll explain. You make कर क्या रहा हूँ. Okay, let's try. No. हमेशा else use करो वरना फिर वो डबल नहीं आएगा. Else. Right? All working. ठीक है. Now let me explain you how is it working. पहले डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. ठीक है. So we have not discussed radio buttons before. The first thing to note about radio button and check boxes is that they are considered as in a group, radio group. Okay, checkbox group, and radio group. आपके याद है array भी group होता है. You within the square brackets you put everything in a group like countries, the cities, the name of students or hobbies or whatever group में आती है. So जो आपके radio button होते हैं they are considered as arrays. अगर वो arrays होते हैं, आपको arrays का याद होगा the second lecture, जिसमें I told you arrays start with an index numbering. What I mean to say is that whenever we define an array such as variable A, country. What am I doing? country is equals to double quotes में we used to write over here is you let me make it short. So we always used to refer to this UK as 0, this as 1, this as 2. We call these elements index numbering. The index number of UK was 0. The index number of USA was 1, 2, and so on and so. So square brackets were considered as a database. So elements always come with an index numbering 0, 1, 2, and all that. Now the same case is with your checkboxes. The checkboxes are these considered as your arrays. So इसलिए मैंने gender में लिखा है gender 0. Gender 0 means the first check radio button. If gender 0 dot checked, if it's checked is false. If it's not checked, it means if checked is false. If it's not checked, and this is the way we write and in Java, and two and sign. So we write and this is and this is or. The pillar, the key that you have below the backspace and above the enter key, the pillar that you have, okay, backslash के साथ जो है, shift this. These two pillars means the or. So and or. Okay, that's how you do it, or and. So it's saying this statement and this statement, if both of them are false, if both of them are not been clicked, have not been checked, then you give me this message. If one of them is one of them is, then it gives me this. Is it clear? Yes or no?
सर हम false क्यों लिख रहे हैं उसको?
हम क्या लिख रहे हैं? False में अगर false का मतलब क्या, वो चेक नहीं हुआ हुआ ना, false. True का तो मतलब वो checked है. Dot checked. Checked का मतलब होता है ये, जब मैं क्लिक करता हूँ ना, ये checked. ये checked, इसका मतलब checked है, ये check हुआ हुआ है. Yes or no? Dot checked.
सर नहीं समझ
है, आ गई है?
नहीं सर अभी समझ नहीं आई.
नहीं, किस बात की समझ नहीं आई? Dot checked. आप when you fill up a form ना, आप कहते हैं have you checked the hobbies? Okay, this is checking. इसको checking कहते हैं. Checked. Check on the text box. Check on the review button. कहते नहीं है. So dot checked false. If
तो सर इसको false क्यों कह रहे हैं?
इसमें क्या? False मतलब checked नहीं है ना.
False है. अच्छा ठीक है समझ आ गई.
False है ना. False. Is it checked or not checked? Check नहीं हुआ हुआ. We will do.
जी सर समझ आ गई.
हाँ, इसको हम और आगे हम कल करेंगे. कल की क्लास में मैं इसको और एक्सटेंसिव करूंगा. Tomorrow we will talk about with get element by ID and I will talk about more. I'll add more features to it tomorrow inshallah. Plus हम एक और पास पेपर भी करेंगे कल. ठीक है. अच्छा, कल की क्लास में हम बेटा ऐसा करेंगे. First class में 8 to 9 I will be teaching you. 9 to 10 I'll be giving you an activity to do. Okay, it's just like the practical lab thing. So you need to. फिर आपने वो काम करके आपने मुझे email करना है. Dua, you're new over here. That's the way I do it in my double class. हम पहली क्लास में मैं पढ़ाता हूँ. Second class में they practice. And by the way, I will share the activities. हमने कहाँ तक कर लिया ईमान समैया? Activities कहाँ तक कर ली थी हमने last time?
सर सारी कर ली थी, 15 रह गई थी.
तो वेरी गुड. 14 तक हमने कर लिया है.
यस सर.
वेरी गुड. अच्छी, तो बहुत अच्छा हो गया. ठीक है. सो दुआ बेटा, अच्छा, anyone in this class who would volunteer and do peer tutoring for Dua, or anyone who has a problem, please volunteer group में, and you can help others whoever wants to. आपकी भी रिवीजन हो जाएगी. Please discuss within the group. आप एक दूसरे की हेल्प करो. Someone can peer and hold, and you can teach each other. That's the way you learn more, and that's the way you can help others as well. You get my point, all of you? Okay?
Yes, sir.
So Allah will be helping those who will be helping others as well. It's a thing. So that's what karma actually is. Hold on, let me take your attendance. And Dua, are you there with me? Are you following it? Was it a bit helpful what we did? Is there something wrong? Laiba, Mariam, Noor, Alina, any problem, beta? Any one of you? Anyone?
No, sir. No
Very
problem.
good.
No, sir.
Yeah, I will share the code with you. जो हमने आज किया है आगे अब tomorrow we will be doing it inshallah more extensive work on this tomorrow. Plus I like
Sir,
जी बेटा बोलो.
sir, since I'm having a difficulty with JavaScripting right now, it's a little confusing for me. I think I'm gonna watch the rest of your videos and then
Sure.
start catching up.
Sure.
Then I think I should put Photoshop on the back burner for right now and do it after I'm done with JavaScripting. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
first do Photoshop is not a big issue, but animation you need to spend more time on it. Animate because
I would, but since
Yeah.
you guys are doing this right now, I'd
Yeah,
want to
do it,
catch up. So
absolutely.
I should start.
Absolutely, give time to Java. Give time to Java. Programming is
Okay.
honestly, it requires more credit hours. Frankly speaking,
Okay.
it requires more credit hours. So it's perfectly fine.
And sir, I will find all of the content on your website.
Yeah, you'll find it over there. If you have the password for both websites.
Okay, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah, if you have the password, you can access the entire content. I think so. I'll share the password again if you want. Do you have the password?
No, sir, I have it. I have it.
Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. Acha beta, all of you, see you tomorrow. Please don't be late in tomorrow. I know it's 8 o'clock, but don't have to be late. Everyone be here on time. Inshallah, 1 hour.
Okay, sir.
And the next hour you will be practicing tomorrow, inshallah. Okay? Okay, beta.
Yes, sir.
See you all tomorrow morning, inshallah. Okay.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah
Thank you, sir. Allah
Welcome.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.